Hello, SimTheWorld here playing PC Building Simulator, the Esports expansion. I'm glad you could join as we work our way through the new story. In the last video, both Bickered and MG were fighting. Our manager and sponsors were concerned, but we had fixed all the PCs. All we have left to do is wait for the delivery for our new parts. So let's jump right back into the action by coming over to the door. And we are going to end our day. So we're going to go to work. We have our parts here. We have the Kingston SSD for Bickered's computer, as well as the new stick of RAM. So let's actually take care of Bickered's computer first. We want to update the SSD. So if you recall, we're replacing his 480 gig with the new and improved 512 gigabyte SSD. As we can see, that does count as an upgrade. So we're going to have to make sure that it can boot. Let's turn on the computer. Put the side panels back on. And we need to install an OS on this. Let's go ahead and put that flash drive in. We'll reboot. And while it does that, we can jump over and take a look at MG's computer. She needed the new memory. So, as I suspected, that was all that needed to be done. Let's boot it up, make sure it works. Put the side panel back on. And this too, we're ready to call a day. Awesome. 2 jobs done. We're going to have some more money in our pocket. Let's come and check out our emails. So the first thing I want to do is collect our money. Let's go ahead and take the $100 for Bickered's computer. Get rid of that email. And since we fixed MG's, she's only thrown us 20 bucks. That's wasn't a huge job, but 20 bucks is 20 bucks. We have MG's daughter's computer that we're going to take a look at. Let's see what else we got. So Bickered writes the email. Okay, I admit it. I've been a total ass. Oh, we did kind of call that last video. I just wanted to feel like I brought something new to the team. You know? I wanted to win. Anyway, sorry for all the trouble I've caused you, but I think I know how to fix it. The Vandals are all about adapting to the unknown, right? So I want to make my PC the unknown. I want you to replace the graphics card, but don't tell me what you replace it with. I don't need to know. As long as it can run Fort Fight. I'll adapt and overcome. That's how the Vandals do it. Alright, so we're going to replace his graphics card. We're going to need to update it from the 1070 that's currently in it. Let's go ahead and take a look at Eli. Hi, one of our teams is having some problems with their sponsor, and they've asked if we can help. If it's good for one of our teams, it's good for the company as a whole, no? Okay, so Kathy, the other team's manager, has sent me one of their machines. She tells me Azrock wants the GPU to be one of theirs, but her current IT technician is not up to the task. Can you do it? And please try to get it done by tomorrow. I hear the situation is getting urgent. Thanks. Alright, Jules, we'll do somebody else's job for them. First, we need to take care of her daughter's PC. And I believe this has to get done today. Let's come on over and take a look. We need this to run Heart of Stones and Sokar. Actually, why don't we go over, we'll install our USB. We're going to need to install both games. And while we do that, to make our life simple, we're going to install Will It Run. This will be able to quickly tell us if the components in the computer can run the games and which we'll need to replace. Let's pop open Will It Run, and first we're going to look at Heart of Stones. So everything looks good except for the CPU. Currently we only have an i3 7320. Let's also look back and check out SOCAR. That as well, we need something better than an i3. We need AMD equivalent of a 1500X. So let's head over to the shop and see what we need. Let's go to the CPUs. So the 7 series, we need KB Lake. And let's see what our budget is. Our budget is $250. So let's go ahead and find us something that's close to $250. I think our best option is going to be this i5. So we will throw that in the cart. Let's make sure there's nothing else going on. She's an 8 gig graphics card, so that's going to be absolutely perfect for this build. Let's go ahead and remove the CPU while we're here. It only has 4 gigs of RAM, so that will be plenty. So that takes care of that. Before we order that though, since it needs to come in today, let's go ahead and take a look at Picard's computer. So we need to update the graphics card. So he's got a nice 1070 here. Let's go ahead and remove that. And come over to the PC, and we want to find... Let's actually check out the part ranker to see what we need exactly. So he's got an EVGA 1070. That's going to be quite a bit higher up. And here it is, 3511. So the next step up would be the 980 Ti. That is an option. However, actually, let me just make sure. I thought... Yeah, he has For the Win 2. So no, that's not the card he has. He has this card here. He is at 104 level. Just for ranking purposes. So we can keep it at 1070 and just go up a step above. I think that would be our cheapest option for sure. I think that's the option we're going to go with because we want to keep some cash on hand. We know that delivery fee on Saturday is $200. And I'd hate for something to have to be bought then. So let's just go with the MSI 8 gig. I wish we could get something that was EVGA though. Let's get him a 1080. He's trying to turn things around. Let's get him a 1080. That will also keep our sponsor happy because we're going to stick with a EVGA card as well. Yeah, I think that's the right option. Oh, it comes out to $885 exactly. All right, so we need that delivered today. That should be all we need. So we got the parts. Let's go ahead and grab them and install. Let's take care of the CPU first. So with the CPU in, let's go and make sure we get the thermal paste on, close the shroud. We will give her back her CPU cooler. Make sure that's all wired up. And get it booted. While that boots, put the side panel on. And this PC is done. Fantastic. Let's collect our money. So I do not feel poor. There we go. That was a good buy. Now, since Picard's been a little bit nicer today, let's go ahead and give him this nice 1080. Power this up as well. Put the side panel on. And we're done with this too. Actually, let's make sure. Remember, we needed 3 RGB items. Got the motherboard. I don't think the RAM technically lights up. Do we have anything more RGB on us? I do not believe so. Ooh. Well, it doesn't mention anything like that, so... When is this needed by? This is needed by tomorrow, so actually... Just in case on the RGB, let's grab a cheap fan. And yeah, let's grab 2. Just have those delivered tomorrow. Just to be on the safe side. Want to make sure we don't get dinged any likes. We're trying to go through this perfectly. And with that, I think we are going to end our day. Alright, so we're going to grab the fans real quick, and let's put this in Picard's computer. Now this would really bother me, so I'm actually going to replace both fans, just so they're the same component. Boot that up. Put the front case cover on. And the side panel. Okay. So now we know for sure there's at least 3 components in there. We know that EVGA will be happy with us because it lights up and distracts from the issues we're having with the team. Let's check our emails, which have blown up. Hi, sorry for the short notice, but I've heard from my manager that we need to show off our liquid coolers more. Do you think you can put the EVGA CLC 280 liquid coolers in all your players' cases? Alright, so let's go ahead and purchase those so we don't forget. Come on over here, EVGA. And we need 2 of these in the cart. Those need to get delivered today, so we're not going to order them yet. You've got MG. Hi, you'll never believe this. I stayed up all last week working on a new strategy. Picard is going to be so impressed. Can you set a stable overclock on my CPU? If I'm going to try and do this, I don't want to be let down by my hardware. I just hope I can remember the plan all under pressure. No, it'll be fine. It will be fine. Okay, so we know we need to put an overclock on her computer. Jules is happy with us. MG is happy with us. Picard's sent the exact same email and is happy with us. So, there's actually not too much we have to do now. Let us... This is the computer we need to take care of and put an ASRock graphics card in. And we have to keep it under $500. Let's go back to our shop and find a graphics card. This time ASRock. That's under $500. Yeah, this is for a different team, so let's go ahead and give them the 580. It's no big deal. And we also need the overclock. Before I purchase any parts, I want to make sure this is done and no one's going to text us asking for more. So we want to come over and actually get in the BIOS. Now she's asking for an overclock of 4241. This we can achieve. We can get 4242 just by increasing the base clock by 1. We're actually going to put a water cooler in here, so let's, we probably don't need to increase the voltage. So let's not increase it right this minute. No one texts us, so if I'm taking this cooler off, let's go ahead and get these parts delivered. So we got the 2 coolers and the graphics card. Throw the graphics card in real quick. Make sure that boots. And close the side panel. That's taken care of. We're going to need Picard's computer because we need to replace the cooler. Take off the top. Take off the panel. Grab our... We need to use thermal paste whenever we take a cooler off the CPU. We need to replace and clean that, just like in real life. We'll install our new cooler. Boot it up, and while that boots, we'll put the case back together. And this is one of the fastest cooler swaps you'll ever see. I'm happy with it. Picard should be happy. Let us check our emails and collect our money for that. And with MG's computer, let's swap out the cooler as well. We're also going to need to test that overclock to make sure that it's stable. Last thing we want is for that to crash during the tournament. Let's go ahead and install the overclock testing software. And we will restart our computer eventually. There it is. Well, that restarts, we'll put that on. The computer is ready to go, we just need to make sure everything is stable. I'm not sure if the game actually will see if we check this or not. And just as I suspected, we should increase that voltage just to make sure that's all good. This did go up just a little bit. I'm just going to increase it just for sanity's sake. We do have a water cooler on all this, so this time everything should run fine. Let's watch our CPU temp. It's cranking, and it's stabilized at 66 degrees. Awesome. I'd say that's stable. At least for, you know, the 5-second overclock check. If you're overclocking your PC, I would run a few tests for quite a bit longer. No shame in running those overnight as well, just to ensure that you're taken care of. So let's put this in the delivery area, and I believe that takes care of all our jobs. So it's Friday, you know what that means. It's time for the tournament. So our phone is blowing up. Let's take a look at what we got to do. No, it's not MG, but it is Bickered. Big problem. My PC isn't booting. Help. Well, let's take a look. Of course, it's Bickered's computer that's giving us an issue. Let's see what he needs. No CPU found. We're going to have to pull out the CPU and replace it on the fly. We have 2 minutes to do that. Let's go ahead. He's got an i9-9820X. Jump into the shop real quick. 9820. And we'll get that in the cart and have that delivered. Eli was happy. We are down to our last $400, but we gotta get this CPU installed. Clock is a ticking. This all closed up. Mustn't forget our thermal paste, and we need the cooler back on. Make EVGA happy with us. And we need to get the parts installed. Close up the case. Make sure it can boot and there's no other issues. And we are good. Still got 2 minutes to spare. So let's finish up. And we are ready to put this on the stage, so we'll hit yes. Let's go ahead and run these out. Make sure they boot. It's the most running I've done in a while. Getting these cases out there, getting them booted. And everyone should be happy, no issues. We are golden. Now all we have to do is wait and watch the match. That the match is done. Oh, something's gone awry. They need me. Technical support. Stat. Disaster strikes mid-game. Your players may need you to step in. You'll have to work against the clock to get them back in the game. If you're done before the countdown finishes, press F. Alright, who needs us? It's MG. Okay, I'm having a bit of a meltdown here. Keep trying to do the strategy I planned, but it's not working out. I keep forgetting what I'm supposed to be doing, and Bickered isn't even paying attention. Spilled my drink everywhere. Send help. Am I now the janitor? Even the best esports players accidentally spill stuff all over their expensive kit. Head to the stage and clean up, in case permanent damage causes a hit to performance. Oh. So all I'm doing is cleaning up the spill. So they give me a sponge, just let me wipe up her drink. And yeah. That's it. The janitor today. So with the results, let's see who won. Even with the spilled drink, Vandals come out ahead. Let's pop open our phone. EVGA is happy, we got full marks. I'm happy too. Oh, they sent us the a monkey. I don't know what that means. Vandals is perfectly happy as well, full likes. MG is great. And Bickered is happy, which I don't care about. Let's go take a look. We have some options. We can start looking at other teams now that this league is done. We can continue with the Vandals. A new challenge for you. We have the Dragons. We can switch teams. They're coming in last right now. Or we could switch over to Trinity. You know, I think we're going to stay with the Vandals. Let's go ahead and accept. Welcome to the team. We get a shirt. Fantastic. I don't know. I'd like to be loyal this time around and see what happens. Your new team has provided you with a fancy new workshop. Make yourself at home. Ooh, this is fancy. We have our own desk. We have a trophy case. We have workbenches. We have a lot to explore. We even have our own fish. Oh boy. Can I interact? Does he have a name? Well, I think these are all questions we're going to have to answer next time. Thanks for watching as I simulate my life one game at a time. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss any of the action. You can follow on Twitter for updates to future games being played, as well as follow on Twitch as I try to stream 3 days a week. Thanks, and I'll see you next time at SimTheWorld.